Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm glad you're here because today I'm going to show you a recipe for doing 30-minute dinner rolls. I know you're going to like it, and I want to thank all of y'all for your support and all your nice comments and encouraging words. I do read everything and I do appreciate all of you very much. So let's get cooking. There's truly no smell greater than baking bread of any type, whether it be dinner rolls or bread. So my kitchen is fixing to smell wonderful, and yours will too when you make this recipe. So what do you need to make the 30-minute dinner rolls? Well, you will need 1/3 cup of oil. I'm using canola oil. You will also need, I don't have it out, but you will also need 1 cup of warm water, which I will get out in a minute when I mix it with the yeast. But 1 cup of warm water and 1/3 cup of canola oil. Then you'll need 1/4 cup of regular sugar. 2 tablespoons of yeast, active dry yeast. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1 egg beaten. 1 tablespoon of softened butter. 3 to 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And last but not least, 1/8 cup of milk. Okay, I've gone ahead and put my oil in my big bowl. And I'm going to put my sugar. And I'm going to put my yeast. And I'm going to put my 1 cup of warm water. I'm going to stir it a little bit and let it sit until it gets nice and bubbly. I don't know if you can see, I try to get it up closer, but it's starting to bubble and expand, and that's what you want. And it's been about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm gonna let it go like for another couple of minutes, and then we're gonna start mixing the other stuff in it. All right, our yeast mixture is nice and bubbly. It's right around 7 minutes. So now I'm gonna stir in the salt, the egg, and the butter. Softened butter. And we're going to mix that around. Okay. Now what you will do next, you will either, if you have a stand mixer, you can use that. If not, you can do it by hand. You're going to want to add your flour 1 cup at a time until you have a soft dough that isn't sticky. And then you're going to want to knead it. If you're kneading by hand, you will need 10 minutes. And if you're using a stand mixer, you will need for 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to add my flour 1 cup at a time. And I'll be back when I get it all done. All right, I've got a soft dough that's not sticking, so I'm fixing to take it out of the pan. Okay, since you have your soft dough that's not sticky, you're going to have to knead it. I know I said I was going to take it out of the pan, but I was jumping the gun. Sorry about that. But you're going to want to knead it. And if you're kneading by hand, you're going to do 10 minutes. And if you're kneading by machine, you're going to do it 5. So as soon as this is through kneading, I'll be right back. Okay, my dough has kneaded for the proper amount of time that I told you earlier. I've got our little board out, which I put flour on so the dough won't stick. And I've got some some flour on my hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and divide this up. Now, if you're going to use a 9 by 13 pan to bake your rolls in, you're going to have 15 rolls in it. Now, if you're using like a 10 by 15 pan, you'll divide it up into 18 rolls. So I'm going to divide mine up into 15 rolls. This isn't an exact science, and my family doesn't care if they're not all shaped the same. If you just want to pull them, I guess, and do it by hand that way, then go right ahead. But I need 15 rolls for my 9 by 13 pan. So there we go. What you're going to do is you're going to roll them into a ball after you've divided them out. Get a little more flour in my hand so the dough doesn't stick to my hand. This is how you do it. As you can tell, I'm not a very good ball maker. But anyway, you put them in your, whatever you're going to use to bake them in, make sure that you've greased it in some sort of way. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all the dinner rolls done. And what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to cover them with parchment paper. But you don't have to do this. But cover them with parchment paper and a towel, and I'm going to go put them in a warm spot and let them rise at least 10 minutes, if not longer. You can go all the way up to 30 minutes, depending on how much you want them to rise up. So I'll be right back. As you can see, this recipe is a really easy recipe. After you gather all your ingredients, you mix part of it up, and then you go ahead and wait till your yeast gets bubbly, and then you go ahead and mix all the rest of the ingredients in there, and then you knead it for X number of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then you let it rise for at least 10 minutes, and then you go ahead and bake it for probably at least 10 minutes. So it's a really quick and easy recipe. Okay, my rolls, they rose for 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly brush them with some milk. And then I'm going to put them in the oven. This has been a very easy recipe. Took no time to put it all together. Okay, I'm going to put it in my oven's already ready. It's at 400 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the middle rack of my oven. I'll be right back. They look like they're cooking really, really well. Can't wait for them to come out of the oven. When I was adding the flour to my stand mixer, I used close to 3 cups of flour out of the 4, maybe just a little bit more, until I got the right doughy consistency where it was a soft dough and it wasn't sticky. So I just wanted to add that into this video. All right, thank you. All right, there you go. They cooked in a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. My whole kitchen and house smells like a bakery. I'm gonna let these cool for a little bit, and then I'm gonna take one out and put some butter on it and give it a taste test. Oh, looks so nice. These will go so well with your holiday meals, and so easy to make. All right, I've got one out. So I'm gonna let my daughter hold the video camera while I cut into it and put some butter on it. Get a little close. There you go. Yummy, yummy. All right. All right, she's gonna take a bite of it.
Wow, that is very good. It's soft and fluffy. It has a very good taste. I'm very impressed.
There you go, everybody. Let me take a bite of it myself. Light and fluffy. Oh, it's better than anything you'll get in a restaurant. Okay, everybody, so get out there and get your flour and start making you some dinner rolls. So until my next video, happy eating!